Hey guys, it's me again, your old pal CuteMimi25, back again making another video. This time we're doing a top 5 video. I want to ask you guys a certain question. Do you remember back in the day when Walt Disney Pictures comes out with a movie, then they later turn it into a TV series? Don't you miss those days? Well, I miss them too. That's why I'm making this top 5 list of my favorite Disney movies / animated shows. Now, all these animated movies that turn into shows I remember watching on Toon Disney back in the day, back around from 1998 up until 2009 when Toon Disney got replaced with Disney XD. Now, a lot of you are going to say, but all these shows you're going to mention aired in the Disney afternoon. Well, I wasn't born until like 95 around that point, and I never watched the Disney afternoon because I was busy with other channels and stuff. I was focusing on other stuff, so I never watched Disney Afternoon back in the day. But I do remember watching them on Toon Disney, so they still sort of count. And in fact, you gotta love Toon Disney for airing the classic stuff. Now, I miss the days when they turn a movie into a TV series. That's why I'm making this top 5 list. And those that don't make the top 5 list, I will make an honorable mentions in this video. But if I don't mention it in the video, then it will be in the description, of course. So anyway, moving on. Now, this list, I should also point out, only focuses on movies that also had a TV franchise or TV series that also got a movie and stuff and such. So if I don't mention something that was your favorite movie or TV series, then that's most likely because it never had a TV series or never had a movie to begin with. Now, take for example, Frozen is a movie that came out in 2013. It does not have a TV series, so you will not see this movie on the list. Although I think they should turn into a TV series, although I'd rather have a Tangled TV series instead. If they did make a Frozen TV series, they could call it Frozen, The Adventures of Olaf, Anna, and Elsa. If they did make that, that would be something. But moving on. And take Star vs. the Forces of Evil, another example. It has a TV series on Disney XD, but it doesn't have a movie, so this is not going to be on the list either. Because I stated, this will only focus on franchises that have both a movie and a TV series. Also, if they did make a Star vs. the Forces of Evil movie, I would definitely run out to my movie theater and watch it for sure, because I love this show. But moving on. Anyway, the reason I'm making this video is because a few friends of mine requested me to make this video, and if you feel like sharing your top 5 list or making a top 10 list of your favorite animated shows / movies, feel free to write in the comments or make a video response as well. Anyway, without further ado, let's get busy with the video, or like what Darkwing Duck says, let's get dangerous! Number 5. Number 5 goes to Winnie the Pooh and the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Only those two. I'm not going to talk about the Book of or My Friends Tigger and Pooh. They weren't as nostalgic or memorable like this is. I mean, the Book of Pooh was memorable, but My Friends Tigger and Pooh was basically like just as bad as Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, to be honest. I'm not going to offend anyone who actually likes those series, so I'm just speaking from a true diehard Disney fan, what they would say. So, Winnie the Pooh, sure, it may be childish, but looking back at it, we love this show. In fact, some of us still do to this day. It brought us a lot of laughs, it taught us a lot of things about friendship, learning, and a bunch of other stuff. So, you have to give credit to Winnie the Pooh. That's why he's number 5 on my list. Now, let's move on to number 4. Number 4. Number 4 belongs to The Little Mermaid. Now, the TV series and the movie have the same name. It's not like they made 2 different names for the TV series and the movie. They just kept the same name. That's one difference between this as opposed to the others I'm going to mention in the film. But I'm sure you figure that out. The Little Mermaid has great songs. If you're looking for a musical with a lot of singing, especially with the main protagonist, this is one movie I recommend for you. I know a lot of you would probably say, shouldn't you put this higher on your list? I would, but it's just my preference. It's not that I hate Ariel, it's not that I hate Flounder, it's not that I hate Sebastian or Neptune. They're all awesome characters. Ursula kind of is part of the reason why this is number 4. Ursula creeps me out, to be honest. And I'm sure she creeps a lot of us out, if I'm not mistaken. So, between the movie and the TV series, I recommend watching the TV series. The theme song is wonderful, in my opinion. I love the tropical music and the introduction. Whoever came up with the TV series introduction should be given a Nobel Prize. Now, between the first and second films that were made for this movie, I say watch the first one. You could watch the second one, but I recommend watching it in order. It's just between the two films, I prefer the first one because it's a nostalgia factor. Anyway, since I got nothing else to say about this film, and I don't want to mention spoilers, let's move on to number 3. Number 3. Number 3 belongs to Tarzan as well as The Legend of Tarzan. The movie is awesome, the first one. They also made a sequel, but I prefer the first one slightly a bit more, but that's because of a nostalgia factor. And the TV series Legend of Tarzan, that was a great TV series. Now, between this and Little Mermaid, to be honest, I like both equally. It's just if I had to put one over the other, I prefer Tarzan slightly a bit more, but like I said, I like both. To be honest, it's just, if I didn't have to put one over the other, Tarzan would be 3A and Little Mermaid would be 3B. So, hope that makes sense to people understanding the point of what I'm making in the video. It involves a man who was raised by apes named Tarzan, and then he meets Jane, and then there's a bunch of plot lines and stuff. I'm not going to spoil anything. Before you watch the TV series, you got to watch the movie, otherwise it won't make sense. So, yeah. I'm not going to mention much about all I'm going to say is, I'm not going to mention much detail because for those who want to get into the movies or TV series, I don't want to spoil anything. So that's why I'm only mentioning about storyline and not character-wise instead of movie or spoiling stuff. So let's just move on to number 2 before I do spoil something about Tarzan. Number 2. Now, number 2 and 1 were hard to decide which one I liked more. So in the end, Lilo and Stitch comes at number 2. I still like this film. I also love those trailers when they showed Stitch ruining Beauty and the Beast as well as The Little Mermaid, where Stitch hangs onto the chandelier and falls down, as well as Stitch is surfing and ruining Ariel singing. Then she throws a shell at him or something. Or was it a rock? I don't remember. But if you need to watch the trailers to Lilo and Stitch, they're funny. You will guarantee laughing. And I also recommend the movies Lilo and Stitch as well as Stitch the movie. I haven't seen Leroy and Stitch, sadly, or Stitch Has a Glitch. I heard they're pretty good movies, so. But maybe one of those days I might check them out if I ever see them at a DVD store, or you get the point. But the TV series is fantastic. It's still popular. In fact, you can still get Lilo and Stitch stuff at Hot Topic, believe it or not. At least my Hot Topic in my hometown. But moving on. Lilo and Stitch is number 2. If you're looking for something that involves something tropical as well as some cool creatures like Stitch, of course, aka Experiment 2626, then I recommend the TV series and the movies. Let's get to number 1. And now, my number 1 favorite Disney animated movie / TV show. Unfortunately, this is another tie, but unlike the ones at number 3 and 4, this one was harder because I liked both shows equally, exactly, no more, no less. What 2 movies and TV shows am I talking about? Well, let's get right to what they are. The 2 that are tied at number 1 are The Lion King / Timon and Pumbaa and Aladdin. First, let's talk about Timon and Pumbaa. They're the main reason why The Lion King is popular, in my opinion. Without them, The Lion King is just basically not really as memorable as you think it would be. It's like having a Sonic the Hedgehog game without Sonic the Hedgehog, if you can see where I'm going. But, like I said, I love the show Timon and Pumbaa. They're the reasons why I like The Lion King in the first place. I will make a separate video on my top 5 favorite episodes of Timon and Pumbaa, but I'm still looking for the name of the episode where they're eating spicy hot chilies, where they're basically trying to eat each other's chili they made for their partner and see who will crack out the most or give in to their opponent's chili. If anybody knows that episode, please write in the comments. Between the 3 films, the first one, the second one, and 1.5, I like 1.5 the most because of the stampede scene where Timon and Pumbaa are chased. Also, another thing, never call Pumbaa a pig unless you want him to attack you and say, "They call me Mr. Pig!" Something I like to throw out to any Timon and Pumbaa fans, or Lion King fans. So, let's move on to the other number 1 on my list. Now let's talk about Aladdin. Now, most people I know these days, when they talk about this franchise, they talk about the movie, not the TV series. I wish there were some people who like to talk about the TV series instead of the movies. I say this kindly because I have more fond memories with the TV series as opposed to the movie. But then again, I had fond memories of watching the TV series more than the movies. Because, well, Toon Disney has always been airing Aladdin back in the day, back when Toon Disney was still around. Now they're gone. I mean, that doesn't mean I hate the films. I like the films. I've seen 2 out of the 3 films. I've seen the first one. I've seen Return of Jafar. I have not seen King of Thieves, sadly. I really want to check out King of Thieves, but I can't find it on Blu-ray or DVD. I hope the Disney Vault releases it for Blu-ray or DVD, because I really want to check that out. But what can you expect? Like I said, the TV series, I had fond memories. The show was awesome, but I will admit one thing. The guy who plays Genie in the movie is way better. You gotta appreciate Robin Williams, especially with his, I don't think so, not right now, you're getting your wishes, so sit down! The other guy who did him in the TV series, he's not bad, he's actually decent, it's just, you can't go wrong with Robin Williams. And in case anyone's wondering, since this is at number 1 and Little Mermaid's at number 4, yes, Jasmine is I prefer her slightly a bit more than Ariel, but I won't talk about Disney princesses in this video. I'll save that for another video. The main focus was on movies/TV series as well. But moving on, I got nothing else to say, so I'm going to end this franchise right here. Anyway, that pretty much wraps up my top 5 favorite Disney franchises that have movies and TV series. For those who want to check out the honorable mentions, please check the description below the video, and maybe you'll see something that you like that didn't make this list. Remember, this list only focuses on franchises that have a movie and TV series. Like I stated earlier, if I didn't mention your favorite movie, then it didn't have a TV series. If I didn't mention your favorite TV series, then it probably didn't have a movie. I'm KeepMimi25, and I'm signing off.